Hello guys and welcome to my first impressions of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Through this video I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons, the positive negatives, what's good with the new features in the game, what's bad, some recurring problems, some not. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so my first big problem with the game is the lobbies and matchmaking. It's a very small problem. However, it does kind of take away the features from Team Deathmatch. Team Deathmatch to me is supposedly a quick, fast-paced game. It's supposed to be you jump in, you run around the map, you kill people quick, fast, and easy. With this year's Call of Duty, the matchmaking isn't great. It feels to me that once they make a new lobby, that lobby has basically been created, and I hardly ever see any new person join the lobby at all, if not very rare. It is a bit poor. Again, it's a very small feature, but where Team Deathmatch is supposedly fast-paced and quick, a lot of the times you'll be running around the map. The map countless times I've run around the whole map, like at least once or twice. And then it's took me to go into a building to see someone camping in a corner for them to kill me, and I'm like, okay. So it's not great. It isn't the best thing, but it also isn't the worst, because I feel like the ground war this year is the main feature. But it seems like they're more focused on making new lobbies than essentially filling the ones they've already made. And it can sometimes be a bit annoying, purely because I'm in a game right from the start. All of a sudden it's a 4 versus 4, 5 versus 5, 3 versus 3, whatever, and then the game's ending at 40 versus like the score 40 against 30, and it's like that's not even half of a Team Deathmatch score, or if it is, it's just over. So it isn't great. But I thought I'd quickly add, I am not a professional Call of Duty player. I am nowhere near good. I am probably sub-mediocre. My KD is not great, purely because of ground war. It isn't overly great, because I tend to go for the objectives. Personally, for me, if I'm playing ground war, I want to get the objectives, because that's how you win the game. I've noticed with ground war, everyone just likes to snipe. No one really cares about it. So if you do want to play ground war, just be aware that no one really goes for the objectives. It is kind of just isolated. Everyone just would rather get on top of the skyscrapers and just snipe instead of actually going for the objective, which can come across, well, to me it's very annoying. However, I can understand people wanting to do it. Here you're about to see on the screen now, you're about to see probably the worst case of what I was just talking about with the lobbies. You're literally, this was a 3 versus 4. And I think this game, we're like 7 minutes in at this point. Oh, sorry, I think we're about 4 minutes in at this point, and the score is 11-16. Like, that's awful. I think, like, that can't be acceptable, especially because TDM is supposed to be fast-paced action, quick action. Again, it's supposed to be jump in, play, and that's supposed to be that's the core of, I think, what Call of Duty started out as. But it isn't great, like I say. I mean, like, again, on this, I'm running around half of the Piccadilly map, and I just didn't see anyone. And the people I saw on this, I mean, this isn't great for me because I played really bad this game. But, like I said, it's just like, when you do come across someone, it's because they're hidden. Like there, like, I saw someone in a building, walked somewhere else, there was someone between two buses. And I don't know Piccadilly map that well. I don't know it. There's a few maps that I don't know very well. The last one you saw was Ania Place. I didn't know that one very well. I still don't know Piccadilly that well, because I've spent quite a bit of my time on ground war, but I have also spent quite a lot of time on TDM. But yeah, I think this game ended like 40-33 or something like that, and it did start filling out, funnily enough, but it started filling out in the last minute and a half of the game. So that was the only reason why I actually started to get a bit better of a score, like towards the end. But then what's the point? What's the point in filling out the lobby in a minute and a half to go? Because I've just wasted 8.5 minutes of my time just basically trying to find someone and then just being shot from a guy in the corner. It is, to me, it's quite an annoying feature, but it is what it is. Again, I can't moan too much about it, but that is one of the biggest problems I feel that is with the game so far. With the overall game, I haven't actually experienced any issues, although I know Call of Duty this year is actually running off a new engine. I'm playing it on the PC, so as far as I'm concerned, there hasn't actually been any bugs or glitches. I haven't actually seen any myself. Although I do know that there's server issues for Xbox and maybe PS4. I don't know completely again because I haven't been playing it on Xbox or PS4. But from what I have experienced, obviously this video is all of my opinion. It's nothing to do with. I'm not taking everything into account. I'm taking my first impressions. It's my opinion. So if you don't agree with it, then obviously you've just experienced something different. But from all of my experiences, I've not had any issues. I do play on a mouse and keyboard. I know you can connect the controller to the computer, but I don't. So I don't know if I'm playing at a disadvantage there. I have played all of the maps, but I always seem to sort of like struggle to adapt to a new Call of Duty this year. Due to map knowledge, I struggle. I have to play through a map at least twice or three times to find my way around the map and know where I am and know where the main fighting points are on a map. And this year, map knowledge is even more important than last, because on maps this year, there's so many angles that you can get killed from. You can be in a room somewhere and you could be literally killed from any single angle, because there is windows in places you wouldn't expect to be windows. There's doors, there's stairways, and even just in open combat. I guess it's Call of Duty in a general sense that you can get killed from anywhere. But this year, if you have played the game, you might understand what I mean when I say that the maps this year are laid out very, very well to have open combat fights. I do think it is done well. Can be very annoying. Again, it's one of them things with Call of Duty that will frustrate people after they've gone through it quite a few times. But for the first couple of sentences, you're like, oh, I didn't know I could get shot from there. Or then you'll kill someone from an angle that they didn't even know where you was. But you will find yourself dying and thinking, where the hell have I just been shot from? Also because of the colour scheme of this game. I think this year with the colour scheme of the game, it makes the game so realistic. This game's graphics are literally insanely good. I really do like this year's graphics, but the problem is the enemies blend in, and they blend in really well. You will often find yourself like, where have I just got shot from? And it'll be from a window that could be literally right in front of you, but you would not have seen the person because of just the colour, the lighting. It creates more of a realistic effect, yes, but on a gameplay effect, and obviously it's not real life combat, it is a Call of Duty game, it can get quite frustrating, but I'm more in favour of it, of the realism. I am more in favour of it, but I can understand why people would not like that, purely because they want to jump into a shooter and just kill people quick and easy. They don't want realistic effects. The game is an awful lot better. Just focusing on a multiplayer aspect, I'm not really a multiplayer person. I haven't been for a while, purely because multi is a game mode that I either love or hate. Normally I get through the first 5 hours of a multi and I probably won't touch it again. It happened with Black Ops 3, it happened with Black Ops 4. I've even forgot previous Call of Duties because, to be honest with you, I felt like I've wasted my money on the last few Call of Duties. I feel like everyone has as well. But multiplayer has always been a game mode where it struggles to keep me entertained. It's always one of them ones that I'll go to when it's last resort. I'm bored and I just want to play, and I'll play a couple games and get mad because of the game. Not because it's not general COD rage. It's not like, oh my god, I'm getting killed all the time, so I'm gonna rage. Like, this is a bad game. This is why I'm coming off it, because I just can't stand it anymore. However, with this Call of Duty, I have actually really enjoyed it. I've played, I think, 5 to 6 hours now multiplayer. Again, not a lot. I'm still quite new. I think I'm like level 23, level 24, and I think I've got a few guns leveled up here and there to maybe their 5s and 10s. I think the M4 I've got up to level 20. So I have really liked this Call of Duty in the first 5 and 6 hours of me playing. And that, for me, is a very big thing. Because I've always spent 5 to 6 hours on previous Call of Duty multiplayers and then gone, no, I will not touch this again. purely because I just do not like it. This Call of Duty has actually left me wanting more. It's actually, I can't wait to finish the video, so I can actually go back and start playing it again. Now that's not to say that I'm rushing this video at all. It is just a simple fact that I am enjoying the game a lot. And due to a busy schedule, I haven't actually been able to play the game as much as I've liked. Obviously, it's only been out for a weekend. But the fact that I've wanted to play it more has to be a sign for me, and has to be a sign, I guess, for others, if they felt the same, that this could be the new generation. Okay, so I'm now going to go into very, very, very little details. Again, to me, like I said in the walkthrough video of my campaign, I am studying to be a games designer myself, so I think little details matter for me anyway, and I think little details do matter to others as well. Some people don't care. If you don't care, you can skip this proportion of the video. The grenades this year feel very good. The grenades and general lethal and tactical grenades feel... They feel like heavy. Not heavy in a sense where you can't throw them as far, because I feel like Battlefield has... It's on the wrong balance, personally, from my aspect of Battlefield. Call of Duty this year has, I think, mastered the length of how far a human can probably throw a grenade. Obviously, I've never threw a grenade in my life, but I've threw a tennis ball, I've threw a baseball, I've thrown things that I would imagine that have a similar weight-ish to a grenade. Again, I've never held one, so I don't know, but just from my imagination and what I can gather, I feel like they've mastered it. Like, you can throw a grenade pretty far, but it's not stupidly far. Like, I found in Black Ops 1 that you could... Okay, Nuketown was a very small map. Yes, I do know that. But you could literally throw your grenade from your spawn into the enemy team's spawn. Again, that's great. Gets you kills. But when it happens to you, it's not so fun. It's a bit annoying when it happens to you, because you're like, I literally have just spawned in and I've just been killed by a grenade. There's no way I can avoid it. There's no way I can get better. There's no way I can improve. It just happens, and it does get quite annoying when it's happening to you. Okay, yeah, when you've just got a triple kill from a grenade thrower, yeah, it's great. But when, like I say, when it happens to you, it can get very, very frustrating. But this year, I think they have mastered the sort of have the length of how you can throw a grenade, and it does still get you kills. I haven't had as many grenade kills as I've had in previous Call of Duties, no. But again, I do feel like, for me, it's a win. The guns are somewhat balanced, I feel, from what I've seen so far. Apart from the usual shotguns being pretty overpowered, and the new marksman rifles, I feel I've included a clip in this video of the Mark II carbine. I'll maybe put it on the screen now. That you can pretty much get... Okay, I wasn't that far away, but you wouldn't expect it to be a one-shot. Again, I think I tagged someone and then died soon after. But that seems like a pretty overpowered gun. The amount of times I've been hip-fired from about, I'd imagine, 30 feet away, I've been hip-fired and just killed. Just hit in the chest and I've died straight away on TDM. It's not great, again, but it's not the worst case scenario. The spawn killing this year has incredibly improved, again, in my perspective. However, it does still exist. I think it always will, because it is such a horrible thing. It's such a hard thing, I think, to get rid of as a developer. Because, I don't know, if the other teams, on the other hand, like literally 90 to 10, as in on a ratio, they are practically 90%. They've got control of 90% of the map, and you only have 10. You are going to get spawn killed. It's just a fact. But again, I feel like they've minimalised it as much as they can, and I think that's something they've actually been working on. Again, all in my perspective, but I feel like they've done well on that. I've seen on Reddit and places like that that people have been getting really, really annoyed over the constant shouting from the soldiers saying contact, and the other soldiers around you screaming literally 24/7. For me, I'm not that fussed by it. I don't mind it. Again, it adds a bit to the realism side of things, and I think I'm more of a realist, more of a realist myself. I feel like I'm 60-40. I think I sway more to the realism side of the game. I like that more than just an arcade game. And finally, the gun customization. The gun customization is crazy, crazy, crazy good. However, I can see it really getting out of control, because the unfortunate thing with the gun customization, I love what they've done with it. I feel like it is really, really clever. I feel like that it has added a complete different aspect to the game. However, the way I can see it getting out of control is I'm doing it myself currently. I'm using the M4 that you unlock at level 6. Okay, yes, it does take quite a while to get it. It takes probably at least, again, I'm not a good Call of Duty player, so I'm level 21, I believe, and I think I've got the M4 to level 20. So if you take that, I unlocked that at level 6, and I practically started using it straight away. I've almost caught up my level with the M4, and I'm not a good Call of Duty player at all in any way, shape or form. But the problem I have with it is that with the M4 and it being quite a good gun in the game, it's very, very popular. There's no variant. There's no need to try out another gun because of the gun customization you can do. You can literally turn the M4A1 into a close combat SMG if you have the right attachments and if you have the right classes. You can literally turn that gun into an SMG, meaning it makes the SMG classes irrelevant. The same as you can make it into practically a marksman rifle. You can put a big scope on it, you can put a very long barrel on it, you can increase the accuracy and put the single shot on, and you've practically got a marksman rifle. There's really no other need to use any other assault rifle or SMG or even a marksman rifle, in my opinion. I think the gun customization is great because it allows people to customize the guns the way they want, and I think it allows more, I guess, competitiveness with what classes shall I go for. Why is he killing me so much? Because he has a better class than you. He might not even be a better player, he just might have a better class setup. So I feel like it's a great feature, but like I said, I can see it becoming very, very out of control. Okay, so finally, as you can see on the screen now, I thought I'd put my 2 guns that I've got up on here. Again, I'm only level 20 odd, and I think I've got the M4 up to level 20 odd myself. I've got my close quarters M4 here, shorter barrel on it, nothing on the end of the gun, the muzzle, the break, whatever it's called. Tiny reflex scope, no stock, grip handle, and I believe I've got FMJ on it. That's done me very, very well in TDM games, and it's beat every SMG I've used so far. I do like the AUG, but again, just because of the attachments I can put on the M4, because I like the base gun anyway, it's allowed me to create an SMG version of the gun that I can use in TDM, and it works perfect. And now, as you can see on screen, my, I guess, mid-range M4 is kind of like base with a big-ish scope on it. Again, I've not got to the levels where I can get the long barrels and the long scopes, etc., etc. But as of now, it's sort of like serving me as a mid-range gun. I can use it in the ground war game modes and be on top of a building and scope in, and I can actually not snipe people, but I can get kills from up there with this gun. So that serves well on that aspect. It kind of saves me having to use a sniper rifle. However, I do use the perk where I can get a sniper rifle and the gun. So when I'm on top of the buildings, I would normally use a sniper. However, I do run around in case when I'm on the ground I need to get a kill from 200 yards away with the gun. It is capable of doing so. Okay, so finally, my overall rating of Call of Duty multiplayer this year is 8/9 out of 10. So if we're going decimals, I guess it's 8.5. It has to be one of my favourite multiplayers in previous COD games. I think it is done well. It feels a lot better. It's not perfect, but I don't think any Call of Duty multiplayers have been perfect. There has always been the 1 OP class or the 1 OP attachment, etc., etc. But it is a solid game. The maps are good, with decent open fights and closed off fights. My biggest criticism, I guess, I could give the game is the lobbies and how they don't stay full. It isn't great, I feel, because I quite like TDM. I do like ground war, but sometimes I'm like, I can't be bothered to play such a long game mode. I want to just go into a quick TDM game, because I get more kills in TDM than I do in ground war, because I go for the objectives. I normally get sniped because it's just easy for people to snipe on that game, on the game mode. So my KD drops a lot when I go on ground war, but when I go on TDM, I'm normally getting a KD of 2.5, maybe 3 sometimes. So it does frustrate me that they can't keep the lobbies full on TDM, because they'd rather make a new one than fill out the population of the servers they already have. This one isn't personal, but I've heard about it a lot, that people are kind of annoyed that Prestiges have now gone. Again, I'm not really fussed. I think it was in Ghost they did it as well. I'm not 100% fussed about it. I don't I think the last game I prestiged on was Black Ops 2. Again, I don't play COD to prestige. I play it to have fun. I personally play it this year to level up my guns, because that's something that I've been really enjoying doing. It's kind of giving me an incentive. I've never got the incentive to play the game because, oh, I want to prestige. I want to start again. I don't have that. I'd rather level up my gun and then have to grind out the game to level up my gun and get better attachments and make different versions of the gun that I like. I think that has been my biggest incentive to go back to the game. The leveling system of the guns, however, does seem a little bit maybe fast. I jumped into the game straight away with, like I say, with M4 at level 6. And within 2 to 3 games, I was already, I think, level 4 or 5 on the M4. So obviously I'm leveling up more than once a game. And like I say, I'm nowhere near a good COD player. My KD right now is like 0.9. Again, I do blame Ground War for it, but again, I'm nowhere near a good Call of Duty player. So I imagine the good Call of Duty players can, within 2 to 3 games, they could probably hit level 8 or maybe even 10. Because there are people out there that I've seen on TDM getting 20 plus 30 kills. 20 plus, maybe 30 plus kills. I get maybe 15, 16. So again, 15, 16 isn't exactly a lot. Again, I'm not a great Call of Duty player, but if I can get my gun up to level 5 in 2 to 3 games, someone better than me at Call of Duty should be able to get double. So it can. The good players, it is more rewarding because they can level up faster. However, it is kind of annoying because the people that are good at the game are going to get faster attachments than me, and potentially have a better gun than me, meaning they're going to kill me easier. Now, my overall first impressions of Modern Warfare as a whole, taking the gun customization, because my rating of the multiplayer, I meant that with the gameplay. The gameplay I rate 8.5. The overall rating of Modern Warfare, I think, is a 9 out of 10. So far, the game's really impressed me. However, I have reached like a point now where I feel like I can say that it is a 9 out of 10. I have enjoyed it. I have really enjoyed it. Like I say, I've enjoyed the gun customization. One of my favorite features, again, I don't know why, these are two, well, I guess 2 features. I love the menu screens, really like the menu screens, not too sure why, again, that's just me being weird, I guess, and personal to me. And the nuke at the end of Ground War. I say at the end of Ground War, if the enemy team or your team take all flags, I think they get 40 seconds or maybe even a minute to get at least 1 flag back. If they don't, a nuke comes down and it looks insane. I'll put it on the screen now so you can see it, but it does look insane. Again, just a personal thing, but I absolutely adore it. So that has been my video on Call of Duty Modern Warfare and my ratings of multiplayer and the game itself, taking everything into consideration. Like I say, the negatives with the lobbies, and the positives with the gun customization, but also the 50-50 with the gun customization of which way it's going to turn. The gameplay itself, how realistic it looks, the game modes, everything like that. I feel this year it is a very well put together Call of Duty game. Again, this is all my opinion. The people that don't agree with me or don't agree with my points, again, you're fully right. You can be fully right in your own way, because it is your opinion. What you've experienced could be something completely different to me. However, this video I've made is just all due to the things that I've experienced myself personally. But I would love to hear what you guys have experienced yourself, and things that you have experienced different to me. And if you have experienced the same things as me, please put them down in the comments below as well, because I'd love to hear what you guys have experienced from it. But again, I'm very happy with this year's Call of Duty, and there will be definitely more videos coming out for it. I believe I'm still going to do the campaign because that got quite a decent response, and I will upload some multiplayer videos soon, whether it's like compilations of me doing good or just a general video of multiplayer itself as like a whole game of Ground War or a couple games of Ground War. I don't know, I'll figure something out. But thank you very much for watching. Subscribe for more, and I will catch you guys very soon. Thank you. Yeah, I need my money raw. Yeah, I'm looking at the bank statements. I do not want to tell. Yeah, nuts with my gang. You be just a